The salt-tinged breeze carried the scent of the sea and distant spices through the bustling corridors of their university. In a corner of the library, amidst towering stacks of books that seemed to whisper secrets of the ages, sat two friends, John and Tom. They were as different as the sun and the moon, yet their bond was as strong as the ancient oaks that graced the campus grounds. John, with a smile as warm as the morning sun and eyes that twinkled with mischief, was the heart of every gathering. His academic record, however, was a patchwork of middling grades, a testament to his belief that life was a book best read outside the confines of a classroom. Tom, on the other hand, was the epitome of scholarly pursuit. His glasses perched precariously on his nose, he devoured knowledge with an insatiable hunger, his name etched at the top of every merit list, a star student in the constellation of their academic world. They spent countless hours together, debating, dreaming, and charting the course of their futures under the vast, star-studded canvas of the night sky. Tom, meticulous and driven, aspired to conquer the burgeoning world of technology, his eyes set on Silicon Valley's glittering horizon. John, ever the pragmatist, his feet firmly planted on the ground, envisioned a life less ordinary, one where he could build something tangible, something that resonated with the rhythm of the earth. As graduation day dawned, a bittersweet mix of anticipation and nostalgia filled the air. Tom, with his stellar academic record, was swiftly swept away by the currents of the tech industry, landing a coveted position at a prestigious firm in the heart of the city's bustling technological hub. His days were a whirlwind of code and innovation, his nights illuminated by the glow of computer screens as he navigated the complex labyrinth of the digital world. John, however, found himself adrift in the vast ocean of opportunities, his lack of stellar grades a heavy anchor in the competitive job market. Undeterred, his spirit as buoyant as a cork on water, he decided to chart his own course. He saw potential where others saw none. He decided to focus on real estate business. He envisioned a future where he could transform the city's skyline, one brick at a time. With a small group of friends, each bringing their unique skills to the table, he embarked on an entrepreneurial journey, diving headfirst into the tumultuous waters of the real estate market. Their venture, fueled by youthful enthusiasm and a shared dream, flourished. Buildings rose from barren lands, each a testament to their hard work and determination. John, with his innate ability to connect with people, became the face of the company, his infectious optimism winning over clients and investors alike. They were not just constructing buildings, they were building a future, each brick laying the foundation for a shared dream of prosperity. But life, as it often does, had a twist in store. A storm, unforeseen and brutal, gathered on the horizon. One of John's partners, a man he had trusted implicitly, succumbed to the dark allure of greed. In a devastating betrayal, he siphoned off funds, leaving the company in ruins and John in financial despair. The buildings they had so painstakingly built became symbols of a broken trust, their foundations crumbling under the weight of deceit. John lost everything, his assets, his savings, even the roof over his head. The world he had built so carefully came crashing down, leaving him stranded in the wreckage of his dreams. Yet, even in the face of such adversity, John's spirit remained unbroken. His positive attitude, a beacon in the darkest of times, refused to be extinguished. He picked himself up, dusted off the debris of his shattered dreams, and with a resilience that surprised even himself, he decided to start anew. He moved to a nearby village. There he accepted in a good faith a role as a school teacher in a local school, a sanctuary for young minds eager to learn. In the classroom, surrounded by the bright, inquisitive eyes of his students, John found a new purpose. He shared not just the knowledge from books, but the wisdom gleaned from his own life experiences. He encouraged them to question, to explore, to see the world not as it was, but as it could be. His classroom became a vibrant hub of practical learning, where lessons came alive through hands-on activities and real-world examples, and students loved it. He taught them about the stars, not just as distant celestial bodies, but as guides for ancient mariners, weaving tales of adventure and discovery into his astronomy lessons. He transformed mundane math problems into exciting real estate deals about land and buildings, letting their imaginations soar as they calculated profit and loss. There was a practical example for almost every topic. "Remember, children," he said with enthusiasm, gently tapping on his desk for attention, "learning isn't just about memorizing facts. It's about understanding the world around us." His voice resonated with a genuine passion that was infectious. One student, a bright-eyed girl named Lily, raised her hand, her brow furrowed in thought. "Sir," she said in a timid yet inquisitive tone, "how do we use these angles and shapes in real life?" John smiled, his eyes twinkling. "Ah, Lily," he said warmly, "imagine you're building a house. You need to know these angles to make sure your walls are straight and your roof doesn't fall in." The children giggled, picturing themselves as future architects and builders. The students adored him, drawn to his infectious enthusiasm and his ability to make even the most mundane subjects come alive. But it was not going to be stable for him. Life, it seemed, had another curveball to throw. The school, a haven for traditional learning, was acquired by a private company with a penchant for modern corporate education. John, with his rustic charm and unconventional methods, found himself out of place in this new, sterile environment. He was let go, his lack of polished English and corporate demeanor deemed unsuitable for the school's new image. Dejected but not defeated, John decided to embark on a new adventure. He moved to a small, idyllic coastal village, a place where the rhythm of life was dictated by the ebb and flow of the tide. The village, nestled between the azure sea and verdant hills, was a world away from the bustling city he had once called home. The air was clean and crisp, carrying the salty tang of the ocean and the sweet fragrance of wildflowers. He befriended an old fisherman named Silas, a man weathered by the sun and the sea, his face a roadmap of wrinkles that spoke of countless voyages. Silas, with his gruff exterior and a heart as vast as the ocean, took John under his wing, teaching him the ancient art of fishing. "The sea, she's a fickle mistress, lad," Silas said, his voice raspy like the sound of waves crashing on the shore, with a knowing glint in his eye. "You gotta respect her, understand her moods." John listened intently, his eyes wide with fascination. Under the old man's tutelage, John learned to read the language of the waves, to predict the whims of the wind, and to cast his net with the skill of a seasoned seafarer. He learned not just how to fish, but how to live in harmony with nature, to take only what he needed and to give back in equal measure. He implemented new, efficient techniques, drawing upon his business acumen and research skills. He discovered the best times to fish, optimized their methods, and even found ways to preserve the catch, adding value to their hard work. He proposed to the fishermen, "Friends, why do we sell our treasures for a mere pittance? I've been watching, learning. We can do better. Let's cut out these middlemen who take the lion's share of our hard work. I have contacts in the city, businesses that crave the fresh bounty of the sea. Let me negotiate on our behalf. Let us take control of our destinies. What do you say?" Initially, there was hesitation, a reluctance to change ingrained habits. But John's infectious optimism and unwavering belief in their collective strength gradually won them over. They saw in him not just a businessman but a leader, a visionary who dared to dream of a better future for them all. John, with his business background and his innate ability to connect with people, saw an opportunity. He realized that the fishermen, despite their hard work, were selling their catch for meager prices to middlemen who reaped the lion's share of the profits. He made direct contact with businesses in the city, cutting out the intermediaries and ensuring that the fishermen received a fair price for their labor. Slowly but surely, the village prospered. The fishermen, empowered by their newfound knowledge and united by a common goal, saw their profits soar. John, the one-time failed businessman and dismissed teacher, became a respected leader in the community, his name synonymous with prosperity and innovation. He had not only transformed their lives but had also found his own true calling, his purpose etched in the smiling faces of the fishermen and their families. One day, a call shattered the tranquility of his coastal life. It was Tom's wife, her voice trembling with worry. Tom was in the hospital, his body weakened by stress, his spirit crushed by the weight of the world. The tech industry, once a beacon of opportunity, had been hit by a recession, and Tom, along with countless others, had lost his job. John rushed to the city, his heart heavy with concern. He found Tom in a sterile hospital room, a shadow of his former self. The once vibrant, confident man was now frail and despondent, his eyes devoid of their usual spark. "Tom, my friend," John said softly, his hand resting gently on Tom's arm. "What happened?" with a deep concern in his tone. Tom looked at him, his eyes filled with a mixture of shame and despair. "I lost my job, John," he whispered, his voice barely audible. "The market crashed and I couldn't handle it. I was so scared, so uncertain of the future. I overthought everything, lost my confidence, and then I just broke down." John listened patiently, his heart aching for his old friend. He then shared his own story, recounting his journey from the highs of his real estate VE tour to the lows of his financial ruin, from the classrooms of the village school to the shores of the coastal village. "I have lost everything many times, Tom," he said with a sad smile, "but I never lost myself. I always had hope, a positive attitude. I believed in myself even when no one else did. Every setback was a lesson, every failure a stepping stone. I enjoyed every bit of it, the ups and downs, the twists and turns. Life is an adventure, Tom, and we have to embrace it, all of it." Tom listened, his eyes slowly regaining their spark. John's words were a balm to his wounded soul, a reminder that true success was not measured by wealth or status, but by the resilience of one's spirit, the ability to bounce back from adversity, and the courage to embrace the unknown. He spent hours by Tom's bedside, sharing stories, laughter, and the wisdom he had gleaned from his unconventional journey. He reminded Tom of his inherent brilliance, his ability to adapt and innovate, qualities that had once defined him. "You are one of the smartest people I know, Tom," John said earnestly. "Don't let this setback define you." Inspired by John's unwavering optimism and his own indomitable spirit, Tom began to heal. He realized that his worth was not tied to his job title or his bank account, but to his character, his resilience, and his ability to learn and grow from every experience. With renewed determination, he started to explore new possibilities, his mind once again buzzing with ideas. He rediscovered his passion for technology not as a corporate employee but as an innovator, a creator, much like John had found his passion in the sea. He started working on his own projects, driven not by the fear of failure but by the joy of creation. He reached out to his network, not with desperation but with a newfound confidence, his spirit rekindled by John's unwavering belief in him. Slowly but surely, Tom regained his footing. He launched his own startup, a small but innovative venture that reflected his unique vision and his passion for technology. He embraced the challenges, the uncertainties, and the occasional setbacks, knowing that they were all part of the journey. His positive attitude, once lost in the corporate maze, returned, brighter and stronger than ever before. He learned that true success was not a destination but a journey, a continuous process of learning, growing, and adapting. He had rediscovered himself, not in the sterile environment of a corporate office, but in the vibrant tapestry of life, with all its ups and downs, its triumphs and failures. He finally understood that happiness wasn't about achieving a certain status or accumulating wealth, but about living a life of purpose, passion, and positivity.